Ernst Wehtje. I'm head of institutional sales at ReOrbit. We were actually born as a company, not me, I'm from the more tropical part of Sweden, Malmö, but the company was born just on the backside here, 2019. I'm the only employee left in Sweden, so Magnus said there was a company who actually moved to Finland. It's us, and there are different reasons to that. But we're looking forward. I think the Nordic unity is a good example of how things could advance from here. But I remain here, and I'll click on. So I'm here to talk about sovereign communication satellites. And the news is doing a lot of the work, and we heard a lot about this. But I want to explain the logic from our point of view, because it makes sense on the problem that we see and the solutions we see for it. So if we take a step back and acknowledge the need of space for security, space technologies are transitioning from niche applications, they have been for a long time, but it's getting evident for everyday people, not space experts, that it is fully critical for our society, for security, for national security, civil, military, and for economic growth. There's numbers I've been exposed to that states up to 20% of the UK GDP is dependent on space technologies. So it's a huge backbone of our modern societies. Space technologies are unlocking digitalization globally. This is a challenge. This is a growth, a trend that is happening. It's more advanced in the West, of course, but it's happening globally. It's happening in defense, it's happening in the civil sector, and obviously the ubiquitous connectivity, the ubiquitous and secure, reliable connectivity is the key to digitalization. Military advantage is achieved through space. We heard from the Air Force that you have, as a higher ground spaces, space-based ISR can provide advantage on the battlefield in analytic phase or in strategic and operations. The ones who can optimize the sensor-to-shooter chain or the kill chain, how you capture data, how you move that to the place of its usage is the key. Here we see that the examples in Ukraine, more than half of its insights are derived to some extent from space technologies. It's hugely important for the ongoing crisis, not only in peacetime. Sovereign SATCOM is also key because, okay, we have the data, but how do I deliver the data to the front line? Also the example of Ukraine, Starlink seems to have a fully critical role in reaching the front line. And we can see how that can be used in geopolitical turmoil, to pressure or not, let's not go into those things, but SATCOM, sovereign SATCOM is the key. So as a backbone, basically, we are arguing that the problem here is that secure connectivity isn't sovereign everywhere. It's a global challenge. It's a challenge for Sweden, for the Nordics, for many cases, military and civil. So just back to, sorry, I missed the first one here. Who is ReOrbit? We are a satellite company, 2019 in Sweden, now have a factory in Helsinki, where the HQ is. We have people in those two countries, but also in UK. We have a team in Argentina and in India, a few people. We're more than 70 employees. We're growing really fast. It's a grey zone here, but signed contracts. I'll not open that more, but we're growing rapidly. We have huge systems. They are costly, but we have 250 million euros on signed terms. There are different things in that package, but we're a scale-up. We hope to advance a lot this year and the next year. So to solve the problem of secure connectivity, we develop a next generation of satellites, and our core business is on the geostationary side. We call it the Siltasat. Silta is a Finnish word for bridge, so we try to bridge between users or bridge between different data sources. But this is the most compact and cost-efficient geo-based SATCOM on the market. It's built for national use cases. It's built for geo operators to fill a certain market or to test a market that modularly you can expand upon. The geostationary market, the SATCOM market, is under huge distress, and dynamics are quite complex for the customers, for our customers. Starlink is a major reason to that, I would argue, and there's a need of innovations, there's a need of new solutions. They are smaller, they are lower cost, and they need faster delivery time. We also have a LEO-based system. It's our technology demonstrator, actually. We call it the UKUSAT. Uku is also a Finnish word. I think it means Thor, the tool with the hammer. This is a LEO platform. We are developing it with ESA and commercializing it as a ISR solution. So the first version here has a camera. I see Anita is smiling because we are collaborating here, and we're collaborating with other Swedish companies and in Europe. But we see this as a nice complementary system to the geo side, and obviously in the Nordics, ISR has also a sovereign need to control. Dual-use type of satellites, designed, produced in our factory in Helsinki. European supply chain, we try to be European, and it's lucky, I would say now we're lucky that we tried it so early on, because it would be way more difficult now to change. So the GEO, Siltasat, what is it actually doing? We have a core technology, we have different payloads that we can embark, and it unlocks a few different type of use cases on civil and military side. Just giving examples of classical cellular backhaul on the operator side, but on the national side, of course, military, fixed, strategic, operational connectivity, civil security, border guards, for example, is a good example where you need resilient comms, specifically if you're acting on the waters in the Baltic Sea, for example. Police could be a case, connecting hospitals is a case, globally not that much here, but globally where fibers or terrestrial networks are weaker, connecting hospitals securely is a strong use case that we see from our customers and markets. As such, even on the consumer side, this type of solution could be competitive, but it's more a strategic sovereign asset that we address. So let's see, this is my last slide here, and I have 2 minutes, so that's perfect. As I said, the market is really, really dynamic. The customers are screaming for new alternatives, for new solutions, for innovations. So we addressed it from a few different angles. I'll try to unpack that here. The first key thing is flexibility. So as the market is so dynamic, we need to be flexible. The customer needs to be flexible because it changed a lot in the last 15 years with the entry of Starlink and other things. What will it be in 15 years more? At that time, 3GPP release 1960 on satellite will be there. A lot of things will happen. So flexibility we address from the system point of view, offering a lot of customization at a minimal way. It comes back to our core technology being very software defined. And then we add a lot of software capabilities on the platform itself and on the payload. So we can allow dynamic changes over the lifetime, for example. Cost efficiency is another key. Traditionally, these GEO-SATCOM systems have been huge investments, up to 300, 400, 500 million, where you lock down a 20-year time frame, development and operational phase. I mean, the commitment on the investor side is, it doesn't exist today. It's not possible for our customers to get those cases. So they need something affordable, with a lower risk, a lower entry, that actually proves to have a faster ROI. And if the market is right, you can expand modularly. So you kind of split your big system into smaller systems. So it's logic, but it's also the only thing that the investments can address today, actually. Fast production, that's clear, but even more it's clear that you need to innovate. So the fast production time allows customers to stay competitive, to stay innovative in a few years as well. Modular expand, it is a smaller system, it has a regional type of capacity, it's the nature of it. And then of course the sovereignty is a key for our market. So we address tailored solutions for full ownership. That's the core idea. But then of course we can deliver it to operators as well, or commercial sites where they have a need for additional capacity to the business model. But I see the time, so my last statement is basically that geopolitical turmoil is happening. Nordic unity, I think, is a really strong opportunity for us and for Europe. This is one of many cases we hear about today where we can allow collaboration between states, between companies, like we collaborate with a few Swedish suppliers today and in Europe, and we're happy to support all these discussions moving forward. So thanks a lot. And
thank you, Ernst.